Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumputi Heroes news video. Today we're going to be talking about Jumputi's New Year celebration, the 2020 New Year event, which is also the 20 million downloads celebration. Quite an interesting event, quite a lot of stuff here. I dare say that there will be more stuff coming out on the actual day the event drops. Because that's how they did it with the Christmas event as well. They did like the website and there were some Twitter campaigns and stuff. Like I think they probably will give us at least a few goodies on the day, and that stuff obviously I won't cover in this video, but make sure to be following us on Twitter and make sure to join the Discord so you don't miss out on any of that. Links to both of those in the description. So let's get started on this event. I guess we can start off with the obvious. That dual unit was in fact Tanjiro and Gyu, which I did put in one of my videos talking about who that dual unit could be. I think I listed 9 characters I thought it could be, and they were one of them. I don't suppose it's that surprising, but I think that has somewhat soured some people's opinions towards this event, just straight out of the gate. But I do think this is actually quite a strong event. Now, coming off the back of the Christmas event is a bit tricky because there was a lot of farming. I think there was quite a high expectation for players to play co-op if they wanted to get all the rewards. And if they were content not getting all the rewards, it was, you know, a little bit hard time management wise, but you should have been able to get all the rewards, at least all the standard rewards, just with regular farming using normal stamina. And this event, it's well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as loaded, but we'll go through it. We'll go through it. So to start off, we have the New Year's present campaign. A total of 2022 rubies being distributed, which obviously we are very grateful for. As I said before, I did feel that the Christmas event was probably going to be more ticket heavy, and then the New Year event more ruby heavy, and well, this is how we're starting the New Year event, so happy days. Now, the first 1022, very simple to get. All you have to do is log in, you get this golden bag, you go to the exchange, and you trade it in for 1022. Just that simple. So definitely don't miss out on that. And something I didn't cover in this news post because it slipped my mind, there was actually 1,000 rubies given out from the live stream. So if you've logged in since the live stream, you will have seen 1,000 rubies in your gift box already. So again, very good start from the devs. Now, the small Pochi bags, these you have to clear missions for. There are a total of 10. Each one could be exchanged for 100 rubies, totaling 1,000. And that brings us up to our total of 2022 that is shown here. The missions are pretty damn straightforward. This event's sort of been introduced as a beginner's event, which I would have said was the last event. However, the last event, now that I think about it, had 3 catastrophe class stages. And this event, while it does technically have 1, it doesn't have any aura costumes, so it almost doesn't have any. It's a little bit different. And in the case of that event, they did expect you to max out the ultimate / catastrophe class characters. But in this event, there is only 1 character that is ultimate / catastrophe class, and that is Kei Munakata. He's ultimate class. And you don't even need to max him out. Just get him to level 99. So this is a lot more focused on beginners. These missions are very straightforward, and there's only 10 of them. So I shouldn't imagine anyone will have any problems with these. The login bonus is going to be giving us the 2020 New Year lottery tickets. Now, I mentioned before, I don't think this gacha typically has very good rates. I don't think this gacha typically... It doesn't really pay off normally. We don't get that many tickets normally. We are getting 50 this year, which I think is an improvement from last year. Because I think we only got like 30 or like 20 something last year. So 50, and then potentially they give some like Twitter campaigns and bonuses and stuff. There might be more available. It's not bad. It's not bad. You're not even really guaranteed any 5 stars on this. It's just there's a chance you could pull a 5-star, and there's a chance that 5-star could be a limited, but it's very low chance. So, I mean, it's cool. It's free summons, so I'm not complaining too much. Then we have the not the login bonus, the daily stage, which, as I mentioned during the last event, this will continue on. So we had the countdown to New Year version of this stage, and now we have the New Year version of this stage. I don't know how I feel about these stages. I mean, the RNG element, it's okay, I guess. It's kind of cool because, like, if you get one of the large fortunes, you get a reward for it like straight away. That's cool. But in order to get all the rubies in the store, you have to be quite lucky. So it just is what it is, I guess. I wish if you got like the big fortune a few times, you could trade it for one of the ones you're missing. You might be able to get more of the rubies that way. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you've got until the 12th, so hopefully everybody can at least get a decent amount of the rewards from this store. Then we have our farming stage for this event. We call these like exchange events, I guess. And you just farm these koban, which are like old style Japanese coins, and you get rewards. There's no characters attached to it, as far as I can see. You just get coins. Certain characters boost the drop rate, and there's rubies in there. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward event. Again, more beginner focused. There's not a lot tied to it. Then our first character of the event, Makomo from Kimetsu no Yaiba. A bit of a weird one. I get what they've gone for here, because this is kind of... she's one of the water breathers. And this, you know, the limited we're getting is one of the water breathers. We're getting a special emblem for the water breathers. And I do suspect that we might get one emblem for each of the breathing styles. I expect the next one we'll get will be during 21 million downloads. We'll get the sound breathing one. But this one's controversial, I think, mainly because we had Tanjiro from the final selection, who is a blue transcendent from Kimetsu no Yaiba. Then we had Sabito, who is a blue transcendent from Kimetsu no Yaiba. And then we had Shinobu, the flashback version, who is a blue transcendent from Kimetsu no Yaiba. And now we have Makomo, who is a blue transcendent from Kimetsu no Yaiba. It's a bit unoriginal. I think they make a lot of the Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff. Like, I know they do have some challenge stages like Akaza and stuff, but I think a lot of the content they've released for it recently has been a lot easier. And I think that's just because they know Kimetsu no Yaiba's big draw. And so they don't want people to come to the game for a Kimetsu no Yaiba character and not be able to obtain them or max them out. So they introduce them at an easy level sort of thing. That's what it seems like to me anyway. I don't necessarily hate her inclusion. I think it's kind of cool actually that we're slowly building up the roster. I just kind of wish maybe a few other series got this treatment, because it's getting a little bit out of hand. I know you could say the same about One Piece, but I feel like One Piece has like over 5 times the chapters Kimetsu no Yaiba does. Like, there's parts of the story we haven't even dipped our toes into in One Piece. But with Kimetsu no Yaiba, we've done a lot of the stuff already. So it feels a little bit strange. I don't know. Like I said, I don't hate her inclusion. I think it's kind of cool. I like her sprite, but I can understand why people are maybe a little bit pissed off, or maybe just think this doesn't need to be here. And what they've done for this stage is they've made Sabito red, and you have to defeat Sabito in order to get Makomo. And the reason they've done that is so that you can use blue units to obtain another blue unit. And Sabito has a catastrophe class stage, which gives the emblem. We've had a few stages like this now, or at least we've had a few events where limiteds have not necessarily been tied to a farmable character with an aura costume. You know, Yuna did not have a farmable unit she countered, did not have an aura costume. Kenpachi technically countered Unohana, but it's kind of like it wasn't a proper catastrophe event. And then kind of the same here. Like, they've done it a few times. And what, Kirizu technically similar sort of thing, but that did give an aura costume, so I guess that's a bit different. Yeah, they've been messing about with how they handle catastrophe class stages. I think some people don't like it, some people do. I think there's there's good examples of the changes and there's bad examples. A good example would be the Toriko part of the Gourmet Festival, because Toriko countered Ichiryu, and he also had an aura, but there was also a separate like story event with Midora, and that gave you an emblem. That was cool as hell. Most of the events are not getting that much attention though. Most of them are just like this one emblem or whatever. And personally for me, I've got my one emblem that I like. It's the Otokojuku one from the completing that event. I've got that now. You can only put one on display at a time. I'm kind of not that bothered about getting the rest, especially seeing as some of them are like completely unobtainable. You could make the argument the same for costumes, that some of the costumes are completely unobtainable because they're only available to people who won that one special event or whatever years ago. But in terms of the emblems, like they've done it a few times where there are emblems that you just can't get unless you were in a certain guild or you did a certain thing, and like one person got it or maybe one guild got it. And it's just, I just don't care. Like there's no collection completionist part of me that wants to get all the emblems. If I saw a cool one, I might go for it. I mean, maybe I'll try and get all the Kimetsu no Yaiba ones. I don't know. But I don't feel like I have to beat this. Whereas with the costume stages, I've been grinding them out over Christmas trying to do them. So, I don't know. But definitely some conflicting opinions on this one. Not just for myself, but for a lot of the people I've seen talking about it. Then we have Inamaru Dashi reading campaign. And can I just say, I've got my first tick on the bingo board wish list of the year. Sadly, Inamaru is the only tick I have so far. This event didn't quite go to plan. I really thought Yamato was going to be added. I really feel like Yamato would still fit in this event. But it's fine. It's fine. You can read Inamaru Dashi and you can get 10 rubies. And you can only read it in Japanese and only chapter 1. There are some translations for it online, not official ones, mind you. But there are some translations for it online. I think for like the first 20 or 30 chapters or something. And there's like 200 chapters. So, yeah, no, it's not fully translated. This series, I mean, unless I've missed something, I was looking on Shonen Jump Plus, it seems to have like 200 plus chapters. It has like the same amount of chapters as Kimetsu no Yaiba. That seems crazy to me that it went on for this long, but fair enough. And this little additional bonus bit of information, the mangaka for Inamaru Dashi, or Ishii Sensei, has another series called Lycopen no Tomato Poodle. And Lycopen is still being published in Shonen Jump Plus. You might remember it used to be in Weekly Shonen Jump, and they moved it to the Plus service. But it is still being published in the Plus service, and in the 3rd of January release of the Shonen Jump Plus chapters, there will be a mini sort of Inamaru Dashi comic talking about Jumputi. So that's kind of cool. I know a lot of people probably don't care much about this series being included, and like me personally, I don't like this series and I don't like Lycopen. So it's a little bit conflicting for me, but I think it's cool that we're getting more series added, as always. And it's kind of just an interesting little bit of a story, like the way it got added to Jumputi, because it literally, the author was just like, yo, added to Jumputi, and then like made a little comic on Twitter and posted it. And I mean, you know how these things are. It's very possible that this was all manufactured, and you know, they said, hey, maybe if you build up a bit of I don't know, attention on Twitter about this, and then we'll add it to the game, and then more people will go and read it on Weekly Shonen Jump or whatever. I don't know. I'm sort of waffling, but I still think it's cool nonetheless. And it's a weird implementation. I would say quite an interesting one, but definitely quite a weird one. So you go to this Inamaru Dashi stage, and for the first, I think, 4 days, you can't do anything on it. I think you can clear a stage and it like tells the story, but it's not a proper farmable event until the 4th at 4 AM. And then from the 4th at 4 AM, you can farm these Choco Dogs, and that is how you get Inamaru. You have to farm the Choco Dogs, which you can trade them at the store for goodies, yes, but you also can get Inamaru by reaching a community goal. Now, I know community goals are kind of stupid because it would be very dumb to just be like, oh, they didn't reach it, we're just not releasing this character. So obviously we're going to get the character. So it's a bit dead, but it's also just a very strange way to release this character because he is a hero grade unit. This is a gacha unit that you cannot summon for using rubies. So strange, so strange. I did wonder whether, like, maybe he was going to be like half decent. I know he's been given out to everybody, so maybe they wouldn't have wanted to do that. But maybe at like higher levels, he might be pretty good. He's not really. So it's a bit of a weird one for me. But maybe they'll release him as not that good, and then later they'll buff him. Because like right now he's free, but the people who join later won't be able to get him for free, so maybe he'll be better. I don't know. But one thing to note is, actually, if we scroll back up, this event only runs for like 3 days. So they're expecting you to do all the farming on this stage early. And then the farming for the rest of the event is on this stage. So bear that in mind. It could be quite easy to miss out on that Koban stage before Inamaru Dashi starts. So make sure to do both. And yeah, like I said, I think it's a cool addition because we are getting more new series, but it's not the new series people are sort of clamoring for. So it's mixed feelings for sure. Then we have a Gintama Legend Summon, which I think is like our 4th Gintama Legend Summon. I guess it's kind of cool. It's from a chapter specifically about Otoshidama. So considering the theme of the event, that makes perfect sense. However, I will say Gintama has been treated a little bit strangely this year. I feel like in 2020, Gintama was one of the like poster children. It's getting loads of content. This year, much less so. And in this New Year event that's coming up, just a Legend Summon, no new characters or anything. So a little bit strange. Maybe we'll see more Gintama in 2022. Then we have content from Mr. Full Swing, which I was very unsure would ever happen. I guess I did say they did, you know, they seem to be going through and adding content from all the different like series that hadn't got much in the past, like slowly going through. And we saw that in the last event with a couple of different series, including Hikaru no Go, which hadn't had much. But yeah, Mr. Full Swing getting an event. Well, this is the first event, I think. Yeah, because the only character is Saruno right now, and he's gacha. So this is the first actual playable character that is an event unit from Mr. Full Swing. Kinda nice. I'm not super familiar with the series. I did have to breeze through some of the chapters to find little bits of info like the event name and stuff, but it's cool. It's cool to see more series getting just a bit more attention, and I think this is how ensemble events should be handled. Yeah, you've got your big series shoved in there as limiteds or a standard gacha, but you can still show some appreciation elsewhere. I do rate it. Speaking of big series, we have Orobi from One Piece, just Robin. We seem to be going quite hard in the Wano arc. We have Wano Kuni version of Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Robin. Do we have any of the other Straw Hats? Obviously, we have like Odin and Kaido as well, and Kinemon. But yeah, it's a bit weird. It's cool that we're getting a version 2 Robin and a version 2 Nami, because I think they both needed new sprites. And I don't think it was necessarily immediately obvious how much they needed new sprites. But when you do see them side by side, yeah, these new ones look very good. I'm guessing we're just going to end up getting all the Straw Hats as like Wano versions, version 2. This might be like the new thing, like pre-time skip, post-time skip, and then Wano, like separately. Because that's the one arc that's still going on, and it's been going on for so long. There's more stuff I'd like to see from Wano, and it's not necessarily new versions of Straw Hats. But I do think it is very likely we'll at least get Osoba Mask version of Sanji. I don't know what else, but you know, I mean, I think Wano has some good content still to tap into. You could definitely make an argument that they should maybe give some attention to some other arcs at some point. But I mean, they did like a Marineford mini event last year. They did like the villains event and stuff at one point. They have done other stuff, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they've got planned for this year. This is not a bad start though, not at all. I was really hoping for a Yamato Limited. I was really hoping that was just the one thing they were saving for the end of the live stream. They were like, oh, by the way, one more thing. Sadly not. And yeah, as far as Robin, this is my favourite special attack of hers, so that's good, and the sprite is good, so very nice. Transcendent class event, so very easy. Then we have Kei Munakata from Medica Box, which I did not put on my wish list for 2022 because I didn't think it was very likely Medica Box would get content. It felt like the devs had forgotten about it. Well, joke's on me, because here it is, and well, possibly stop myself from getting a hit on the bingo, but that's the way it goes. Very happy to see some more Medica Box stuff, see what the new updated sprites look like. It's been like 3 years, like almost exactly 3 years since the last Medica Box content, which just seems insane to me. But here we go. Maybe this will be a new wave of content. Maybe this will just be a one-off. I don't know. We certainly need some new... We need a new Medica and we need a new Kumagawa. Beyond that, I don't know how much they would add, but those two they absolutely should do at some point. This stage will be a little bit trickier, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Then we have the returning events. This is going to be very tricky for new players because you kind of have to prioritize these characters, but at the same time, you have to finish all the new characters for the missions. So stamina management is going to be very tricky if you're new, but that's how it works. We have the Lucky Man stage, which does not return that often. This is version 2 Lucky Man, Special Blessing Lucky Man. And when you clear the stage, there's random chance which version you will get, and depending on which version you get, it will have a different luck. So you might get the 7 luck Lucky Man every time, and it will take you no time at all to max him. Or you might get the 1 luck every time, and it'll take ages. Probably not that likely. It'll probably be somewhere in between, law of averages and all that, but have fun. I finished the stage already, so I probably won't have to do it again. Then we have the Arale stage. Please note that this stage also includes the New Year Naruto, Konoha Prima Donna Naruto. So you don't have either of those characters, an opportunity to max both of them. And we also have 2 more New Year stages. Seto Kaiba, Happy New Year version, and the Ginger Zone stage. Now, this is a bit different from the Outer Zone stage. The Outer Zone stage, I think, has just been scrapped because those characters have reappeared in certain event stores, but that event has not reappeared in a long time. This event, however, does seem to, generally speaking, return for New Year because it is a New Year themed event. and you can get 3 New Year themed characters. You can get Gin in his Meteor Dance Lion outfit. You can get Akira Hayama in his Scent of Incense outfit, and Aya Tojo in her New Year Elegance outfit. So, more for you to farm, unfortunately. If you're a new player, or if you just haven't, you haven't been about for previous New Year celebrations, work to be done, certainly. And this you absolutely will not want to miss out on. Battle Rush has returned. All 3 Battle Rushes return. Make sure to finish these all, because you get rubies doing this, you get jewels doing this. Every time they reprint these events, you're going to get 3 jewels from this one, 3 jewels from this one, 3 jewels from this one, plus rubies, plus copies of the character, so on and so forth. So you always got to make sure you do it. And interesting note, Shin Seijiro is on for 4 days, in the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. Then Seto Kaiba is on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. And then Orochimaru is on until the 26th from the 8th. Now that is interesting, because we know that Naruto is the next event. And it does raise some questions as to whether the next event, because we do know Naruto, yes, but also there's going to be a Boruto event after that. We did wonder, are those events going to kind of overlap? Are they going to interact in some way? Is it going to be like one big event, Naruto/Boruto? The fact that it ends on the 26th would suggest to me that Naruto will be its own distinct thing, and then Boruto will be its own distinct thing, but maybe they'll have 1 or 2 parts that sort of overlap. Maybe like if they wanted to release like a Kid Naruto, Kid Boruto dual unit or something like that as a crossover type thing, free unit, then that might be a way to bridge the events together. But it does seem like it's going to be 2 separate events, so very interesting. And I guess Orochimaru will only apply for the Naruto party event, so that would go from the 12th, which is when the New Year event ends, until the 26th, when the Naruto event ends. So that would be 2 weeks, which is what we would expect that event to be. So interesting, certainly interesting, but you definitely have more time to do Orochimaru than you do for the other 2, so make sure to do the other 2 as soon as you get the opportunity. Then we do have super success campaigns, strengthening campaigns, half stamina island, blah blah blah. All those campaigns we tend to expect for big celebrations. Make sure to capitalize on these, especially if you're having trouble with gold. This is the best time to get gold. New Year Tower booster. Do not enjoy Tower, and I assume it will not be particularly fun playing against the new duo, which you can see here, the new limited Tanjiro and Giyu. I'm torn, because part of me really wants to go for them. Part of me wants to keep completing the Kimetsu no Yaiba collection. And another part of me is like, what's the point? Because it's just the Giyu sprite we already have, the Tanjiro sprite we already have, stuck together in one unit. It's kind of cool. I do like this moment from the series, but we kind of already have this moment from the series in the form of Giyu's limited. And yeah, I guess it's just, I do have mixed feelings about this. I think it's cool for these characters to exist because it's definitely sort of a hype building type thing. It brings new players into the game. But there is definitely an issue of, it's just copied and pasted. It's just straight up copied and pasted. I know they have made some changes to like the animations and stuff, obviously. It's not like no work goes into it at all. There is work still being done. If you look up here, you can see their new win animation. It is different. It is completely different. And that's cool and all, but I mean, part of me is also like, how many Tanjiros are we going to get? How many? But this is what, our 3rd Giyu? And I mean, we could get more. They could do Giyu Gaiden. They could, like, no, I mean, who knows? So I'm a little bit unsure about it, but you know what? We'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel, because at the moment the ruby count is very low. As you will remember, I summoned for Senna. The ruby count is very low. We're going to have to look at if they announce any surprise sales, like if they bring back any from last year that weren't in the data, or they do some giveaway rubies or something. I don't know. But certainly even though I am sure they are a very good unit, not that tempting to me. Not as tempting as they should be, I don't think. The new Heroes Gacha, on the other hand, is very, very cool. What a great way to start the year. And I did say, you know, we had one standard gacha in December because they knew whoever that character was getting put in the general pool in February, so there was no point in putting too much effort in there. These characters added in January won't be in the general pool until next February. They won't be in the choice ticket pool until next, like, June or July. So they've got over a year for you to wait for these characters. They can bait you and tease you with these characters for over a year. And I'm sure they will. And we have our new Nami, and as I said, I very much like the sprite. We had Najimi Ajimu, who I had on one of my wish lists one year, and I believe I removed her for this year, so that's great. Her sprite is fantastic. More medical box content, very, very nice. And more Mr. Full Swing content, as we mentioned before. Very, very nice. I've got to say, I like all of these sprites. I think they're all done very well, and I am very happy to see these three particular characters on a standard gacha together. I probably won't spend rubies on it. However, I will be purchasing this ticket pack. I love it when they do these ticket packs when we have 3 standard gacha units and they let you spend 1960 yen and get one of them guaranteed plus some rubies. That's very, very nice. We'll not be buying this one, too expensive. Definitely be buying this one. Defeat gacha, don't pull on it. We've been over this. Let's see. The New Year limited choice ticket pack, it's looking a lot like this ticket will go up to June of last year, or is it end of May? End of May / start of June. So there's going to be a lot of good limiteds on there for you to choose from. 2,050 rubies as well for 10,000 yen. 10,000 yen is, it's a bit pricey, but what they're giving you for that 10,000 yen is quite substantial. I think this is one of those packs that just comes down to the individual. I don't think I'm personally going to buy this, but I could totally understand why people would buy this, especially if they're missing like some key units from this year that are really good. I mean, why not? Why not? I could see loads of people going for that Goku for sure. So don't buy it if you're like a bit hard up on cash or whatever. Don't feel like, oh, there's only 8 days, 9 days, it's here, so I have to buy it now because it won't be available again for another year or whatever. Don't do that to yourself, because it's not that good. But it's just cool. You can choose a limited if you do have a spare 10,000 yen lying about. Then the start of the year power up pack, which is, I'm not going to buy it. I don't think it's particularly good. I don't particularly recommend it. This one, on the other hand, is very, very interesting. It's 490 yen. You can buy the ticket once a day, and that'll be over the course of the 1st until the 9th. And you get 100 rubies and a guaranteed 5-star ticket. But that guaranteed 5-star ticket includes not only 2021 standard gacha units, but also some limiteds. That's really good. I don't know what the rates are going to be like, but assuming you've got like a, I don't know, 1% chance of getting a limited, still not bad. I'm definitely considering buying these. So 490 yen, fuck yeah, definitely considering it. But we'll see when it actually comes out tomorrow or whenever it is. Then other upcoming stuff, big sale pack. It's not that great value. I personally don't highly recommend it. It's not too bad because it's 2,000 rubies for 4,900 yen. Normally you pay like 10,000 yen for 3,000, so it's somewhat of a discount, but it's not such a big discount you should be clamoring for it. Naruto 5-star pack, don't recommend this because it's 200. You're basically like, if you look at this pack, it's, yeah, okay, you could get any 5-star one, but there's limiteds and stuff on there as well, and that's 490 yen, 100 rubies. This one, 200 rubies, 980 yen, but there's only Naruto standard gacha characters on there. There's no limiteds, so nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then, actually, is that KCM 1 or KCM 2 Naruto? I think that's KCM 1 Naruto, right? Yeah, it is, because that's the Naruto I'm thinking of down here. Yeah, so no, that's another Naruto. Then The limited gacha, Naruto limited gacha, we don't have full information on this, but to be honest, I wouldn't recommend pulling on it because they've squeezed the old limiteds on there. If it does give this Naruto guaranteed on like the 7th multi or something, it might be worth it, but not for me. Itachi returns, again, not really for me, not one I would summon for. It is tempting because he's the red copy unit, but I don't really feel like it's justified. 9 multis. Admittedly, I might have got that wrong. It might be 7 multis, but it's most likely 9, and therefore it's most likely not worth it. Then we have the Wano Kuni limited gacha for New Year. We don't have full information on this gacha yet, but chances are it's not worth summoning on, unless it gives guaranteed Zoro on the 7th multi, and then maybe. Senku's birthday gacha. This is quite nice. You get a free multi on Senku, and then if you go to the 9th multi, you get guaranteed Senku. I don't know, would I recommend going 9 multis for Senku? Not really, but you should definitely do the free multi for sure. And then additional information from the live stream. Stamina recovery items are planned. I know a lot of people have been hoping for these because, especially if you're a beginner, there's not enough stamina to go around. And if you're like a veteran or whatever, you don't necessarily want stamina gifts because they just sit in your gift box and they become very awkward to deal with. Because you can only use them when you want to use them sometimes. Other times they just clog up your box and it becomes a whole issue. Then character slot increases planned. They normally do this with the character pool update. They put them together. So you'll probably get an additional 100 slots for free. And they will update the character pool in February at the same time. So loads of people are going to be summoning with tickets and stuff to get more characters at that time. So pretty cool. The stamina recovery item, they've only introduced like 1 so far that recovers 50 stamina. We don't have full details on that, but I'm sure it's something that's going to be developed upon later. Hero jewels are going to be more readily available from various sources starting in February. I think they basically said there's going to be some available every event, so that's cool. And I think they should be more readily available. Why the fuck not? So that's going to be pretty awesome. I know they did a special event on Tier 1 where they let you buy loads of them, but they're not going to do that here. It's just going to be like a bit more readily available. They are working on updates to the Friend Point gacha. There is no current release date for that, but very excited for that. Hopefully they add some more characters to it. Hopefully they improve the like summon animations, or at least the amount you can summon at one time and stuff like that. It would be cool if they just continued the thing where it's like the more max luck characters you get, the better the Friend Point gacha is. But they seem averse to that idea. I don't know why. They're working on a practice mode for Tower. There's no release date currently set for that. They've been talking about that one for a while. Doesn't really bother me because I don't really care about Tower, but I think that's a cool idea. Plan for February, the ability to only collect certain items from your gift box at once. This is what I was talking about before. If you get like all your Unity Battle rewards, there's so much garbage in there. And you want to collect it all, but if you collect it all and you've got stamina in there, or you've just collected all that stamina, maybe you've gone over the limit, whatever. This should hopefully prevent that from happening. So very cool. They're going to update the Legend Summon books in the Tower store for the 3rd anniversary. They did the same thing for the 2nd anniversary. 2nd anniversary of Tower, should I say. And the 3rd anniversary of Tower. So that'll be in February. Improving the ability to summon on Ticket Gacha multiple times at once is planned for April. I'm hoping that's just going to be like, you can use as many tickets as you have. Because it's so annoying if you have like 4... and you need 5 to do a multi. But it's even worse if you've got 9 and you need 10 to do a multi. Like, you should just be able to summon with as many you have, maybe starting from... stopping at 10. So it's like you can do 10 at a time. If you only have 9, then you just summon 9 instead of waiting to get another ticket. I think that's how it should be. Raising the investment limit for guilds is planned for April. They still haven't told us about the investing all the coins at once button that they promised, but hopefully that'll come at the same time. Then trying to help with the degradation of performance for certain characters in the hero and limited class over time. Basically, if you pull a limited and over time they progressively get worse because newer units are coming out that are much better. possibly introducing buffs, possibly introducing some kind of new system to make them better. Something they're working on, something they're considering. Implementing ways to back up your account other than line. People have been begging for this, and it will come at some point. Adding stamps and legend summon sorting options. I do not care about that at all, but apparently they are working on it. They added a button to access limit break and level up / evolve from the character info page, that's available right now. You can do that right now. It's on the right hand side near where the character's standing. It's directly to their right. There's the limit break option and the power up / evolve option. And they've added a tick box to only use half the required level up items at once. And they recommend doing that during super success campaigns. So if you click the tick box and you click submit, they'll only do like 50% of the EXP required to level up the character to max. If you happen to get a super success, that will max them out. And if you don't, whatever. For veteran players, this is completely pointless. But for beginners, this could be quite good. And finally, a new game mode, Sparks of a Lost Civilization. It's a game mode that's sort of like a more traditional tower format. I know tower is what we call PvP, but it's more like tower we saw in like Ori Collection or something. And there's multiple stages that you have to beat, and you have to get certain ranks on the stages to unlock rewards. And the first character to be released during that event will be Poseidon from Saint Seiya, which I'm pretty cool with. Assuming he's good. Assuming it's possible to like max him out and he is good, then that's awesome. Assuming we also get Hyoga at least as a standard gacha available with this event, I'm happy with it. And yeah, it's interesting. It seems like a blend of a few different things. Maybe like a blend of like Battle Rush and Super Dimensional Battle and I don't know, a couple of other things. Genkai Battle, I don't know. I don't know how difficult it's going to be. I don't know how good the rewards are going to be. It says it'll be updated every month. Does that mean we get a new character every month? Personally, if I was the developers, I would be pushing for that because they have been reducing the amount of characters they put in events recently. And I get that it can be hard to keep up the pace with how much the sprites have improved in quality. But I do feel like if you have an event that people can look forward to every month that's going to have a new character that's not related to any of the other events going on, that would be pretty awesome. I think a lot of people were kind of annoyed that like we get like one new tower limited or whatever it's called, two new a year. Beyond that, we get nothing. We will be getting a new tower limited for the anniversary in February. Tower 3rd anniversary, so I guess that's something to look forward to. But yeah, I kind of hope they do just release a new one every month. That would be nice. I don't think they will, but I think it would be nice. I think it's more likely when they say it'll be updated monthly, they mean the rewards or something, or the challenges. We'll wait and see, I suppose. And that's it. That's it for the New Year event. I don't know if there's going to be a summons video or something, but I'm sure I will do like a batch review when I get the opportunity. It's a good event. I'm excited to take part in it. I've basically finished all the Christmas stuff except some of the catastrophe stages, so I'm excited to move on to the next event. And I'll definitely be doing predictions for what Naruto's event might include and what might happen with the Boruto event and possible crossovers and stuff. So that is also something I'll be releasing at some point. I don't know when. But thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.